Hey guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage. PJ, I was just to the front door. The UPS guy was here. Do you know what he delivered?
Not a Corvette.
The weekend. The weekend is almost here, PJ. It's Friday. Fire it up Friday. We're going to kick the weekend off in style. Do it nice and early for you guys so you can enjoy your weekend. Today's topic, 2 Corvettes. 2 Corvettes, how can that be? Wouldn't someone be happy enough winning just 1 Corvette? Think of the happiness that you'd have winning 2 Corvettes. That's all the way back to 2007, to the start of the very first Corvette Dream Giveaway. We've continued that tradition for years and years and years. This year, probably the best pairing of a resto mod and a modern Corvette that we could ever come up with. Over here in 1961, wonderful restoration on that, and over here a brand new C8 modified by those good guys at Lingenfelter Performance Engineering. So you're probably asking yourselves, why is the hood open on this one, but the, let's call it the hatch, open on that one? And the answer, easy question, right? It's where the engines are. For the first 7 generations of Corvette, the engine was always a front engine placement, as are all General Motors cars except for in the 1980s. Who can answer that question for me? Answer that and I'll give you a shout out. Over here, front engine placement on this resto mod, powered by an LS3, about 505 horsepower. And this is a lightweight C1. That's a whole lot of power in that small body, I'll tell you that.
When did Corvette start?
1953.
So since 1953, they've all gone with...
Well, since the beginning of General Motors in so General Motors was 1908, because they celebrated 50 years in 1958. So since 1908, General Motors, it's all about putting that engine in the front. Now, this is a game changer, but it's not the first time it's ever happened in General Motors history in a production vehicle. It happened in the 80s and was really, really big, and someone needs to give me the answer. I know what the answer is. PJ, I didn't fill you in on the answer.
I don't know what the answer is.
So coming back here, why is the hatch open? Not to put groceries? Well, you could.
You would want to put
groceries
milk
back here. That's where the engine is. So they call that a mid-engine placement. They don't call it a rear engine, though I've heard people call it that as well. So mid-engine placement, like an exotic, like a Ferrari. And in fact, the guy who's the chief engineer on the Corvette, his name was Zora Arkus-Duntov. He had been battling General Motors since the 50s to put the motor behind where the driver was instead of in front of it. Does somebody have the answer?
Mike Brown has a comment about it. Maybe it's the answer. Pontiac Fiero.
Oh, Mike Brown. Big shout out, Mike Brown. You got that right. In fact, the guys at Pontiac were extremely proud of the Fiero, but they had to battle GM every day, every week. In and out, they had to battle General Motors because General Motors didn't want any 2-seat competition. They only wanted the Corvette to be the only 2-seat car in the General Motors portfolio. So Pontiac had a heck of a time, and they were always up against a corporation like, the story of Pontiac, up against a corporation in the 60s, up against a corporation in the 80s. And finally, Pontiac couldn't beat the corporation, and they killed the Fiero. But the Fiero had nowhere near the horsepower of this C8 Corvette. From the factory, this has 495 horsepower after the Lingenfelter mods, which include the intake, as well as some suspension drops, as well as some cool graphics. 500, and graphics add so much to horsepower. 560 horsepower on this, so it's really, really nice.
But I guess less doors.
Less doors as well. So the other thing is, how in the world, there are 2 other vehicles, 2-seaters that General Motors allowed to come into production, and not that long ago. Back past Y2K and between 2000 and 2010. Let's see if anybody can shout out the 2 other 2-seaters in General Motors portfolio between the year 2000 and the year 2010. And I'll give you a hint, one of them is a Pontiac. So there we go. Today we're going to be firing up the C8. I want to remind you, time is running out to enter to win 2 giveaways. One, the Super Bee. You've got
couple weeks.
10 days. ish, maybe 11 days left to enter on that. A week from next Tuesday, you've got 7 days left to enter that Super Bee. Get your entries at www.dreamgiveaway.com. Then the 2 Corvettes end on New Year's Eve. You'll have until 3 a.m. Eastern Time, midnight Pacific, when the ball drops on the West Coast. Go ahead and get your entries to win 2 Corvettes.
Lexi wants to know.
There you are, Lexi.
Yeah, she's here. Mopar Lexi is here.
Yeah.
She says, if you could drive any car in the world, what would you drive?
Any car in the entire world or in the Dream Giveaway garage?
Well, she said world.
Well, I'll tell you. That's a great question. I really, really, really like it. I've never owned one. I've never even driven in one, but I sure like the way that they look. I like those Aston Martins, those new Aston Martin Sport Coupes. They look really, really nice to me. So I like those. But Dream Giveaway garage right now, I really like that new Cadillac. You know, the Impalas, it's still here, but it's technically already been awarded. As far as classic cars, I've made no hesitation. What's my favorite classic car? 1970 and a half Pontiac Trans Am. Love them. So
right.
there you go on a classic. But I'll tell you what, could I drive a Hellcat every day? Sure I could.
Mike Brown says Pontiac, Solstice, Saturn, Sky.
Yeah, Mike Brown. You're 3 for 3, Mike Brown. That's right. Saturn Sky and the Pontiac Solstice. Great little 2-seaters that were produced between, maybe 2005, 2006, up through the demise of Pontiac and Saturn in 2009. That's a whole other story. Don't get me started on taking handouts from, never mind. You know where I'm going with that story.
You're a Pontiac guy. I mean,
yeah,
your background.
Yeah, I like Pontiacs. I was an editor of High Performance Pontiac. But that Aston Martin, I'd love to try the new Aston Martin. I'd even love to try a new Bentley. You know, like a full door Bentley. Would I ever want a Rolls Royce? Nah, I'm not an opulent kind of person.
All right, well, let's fire this baby up.
Let's fire it up.
The C8 Lingenfelter.
Now, if Rolls Royce made something with a screaming chicken on it, that would be a whole different story.
Well, what if we put one on there?
We can put one on it. Okay. Guys,
To fire it up
in
Friday.
order to win the 2 Corvettes, but also in order to win the Cadillac. Cadillac's easier to get into and has even more horsepower. But man, this C8 is probably the most popular sports car out there right now, selling more than Ferrari, than Lamborghini, than any of them. This is going to get loud, PJ, so protect those ears you got.
All right. We'll go to that. It does. Sounds really nice. Got a nice rumble to it.
It does. Okay.
Lexi says, I'm surprised you guys aren't giving away a Jeep Gladiator.
I'll tell you, we thought about it, but that Rubicon 392 is such an incredible V8 powered car, much more so than the Gladiator, that this year we're going to give away that Ruby 392. Hey guys, did you notice that the steering wheel is kind of squared off?
It's a big square.
It's a big square. And this is racing style, Formula One kind of style on that. Kind of
Pedal shifting.
take off on that, pedal shifting right here, up a gear, down a gear. It's nice. And all over here, you know, there's so many buttons there.
Automatic.
Automatic, of course.
Just 2 pedals.
Yeah, it's not, the new Corvette is not available with a stick shift. Yeah,
Because the computers and mechanisms inside here can be better at shifting gears than they
that's
usually
it. They say that it's quicker than it can be. So, and here you've got your mode selector switch right here, which is kind of cool. Here you've, you know, park, reverse, neutral. Here's your transmission buttons.
Paul says, looks like a video game in there.
It does look like a darn video game in here. You know, welcome to the 21st century, right? Nice audio system in here. I like it. I like it.
Carbon
Remember, one
fiber.
person is going to take home, carbon fiber, red stitching throughout. It's very nice. So remember, guys, somebody's going to take home both of these in the Corvette Dream giveaway. And don't forget the classic Corvette Dream giveaway. Somebody's going to take home a 71 LS6 Corvette. That one's got a 4-speed. That one's got a big block.
And the best
that
color
one,
name ever.
and what?
And the best name of a color.
Oh yeah, War Bonnet Yellow. There you go. All right, what else do we have for you guys? Cadillac, we had it out today with LSX Mag. I'll tell you more about that once they get that story written. They had a blast in it, 668 horsepower. PJ, did you hear somebody commented today, why did Cadillac make the new CT5V Blackwing look like a Mustang?
I did see that.
It doesn't look like a Mustang to me at all. First of all, it's got 4 doors, not 2. Second of all, it just doesn't look like a Mustang.
It's all black.
Yeah, it's not Mustang-ish at all.
Stan did say that the C8 is totally awesome.
Yeah, it is totally awesome, and it's such a cool drive. You know, the one thing that we were talking about yesterday that I don't like about it is that if you want to get close to the person next to you in the other seat, there's no way. There's like this
Whoa.
barrier between you and the person next to you. So
Well, it makes you feel one with the road, I guess.
one with the road. Yeah,
We'll go with
yeah. If you want to get close to your honey, you're not going to do it in the C8.
Now, you could do it with this one.
Yeah, you could do it with that one. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to kick out that weekend in style. We'll see you Monday. And hopefully by then we'll know when we're holding the award ceremony for the Impala. And next week is Thanksgiving week, so it'll be a short week here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. So guys, have a great weekend. And if you don't watch before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving week. But of course you're going to be watching next week. That means we'll see you on Monday. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes like 2 Corvettes to 1 winner, a new Cadillac to 1 winner, a classic big block 4-speed Corvette to 1 winner, 2 Hellcats to 1 winner, 2 Mustangs to 1 winner. The list goes on and on.
Super B ending in about 10 days.
Super B ending in 10 days, and we will see you guys Monday live. Have a great weekend from the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Thanks, everyone.